It's Monday, May 2nd, 1997 in Krugersdorp, South Africa. The bank manager of Standard Bank returns to work from a relaxing weekend. To his surprise, he discovers that the bank vault has been broken into and more than 400,000 rand has been stolen. Adjusting for inflation, this is equivalent to more than $1 million in 2021. Who was responsible and how did somebody do this without anybody noticing? In this video, we're going to take a look and find out exactly what happened so you can get an idea of what goes into planning a successful heist like this one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we uncover the story that will leave you shaking your head at just how daring this robbery was. Let's get started.
Welcome to another episode of the Untold Tales of Africa.
Standard Bank was and is one of South Africa's most secure banks, but this bank in Krugersdorp was their target. So how did these bandits manage to pull off probably the biggest bank heist in South African history? Well, let's first take a look at the area at which the bank is located. You might not expect this, but Krugersdorp was actually a gold rush town. Gold has been mined here since 1887 when it was discovered. By 1896, there were over 7,000 claims, and by 1905, gold had become the king of Krugersdorp. As we can imagine, there's a lot of underground activity in a place like that. And that's exactly how the robbers managed to get away with their crime. They dug more than 30 meters of tunnel all the way under the bank and straight into the vault. The robbers initially started digging around September or October of 1976. They began at night so nobody could see them working on their secret project. They worked for several months until they broke through the wall directly next to where the cash boxes were stored. The empty shop from which the tunnel started was rented by Mr. Nightingale. It was 4 stores down from where the bank was. Nightingale's reason for renting the shop was to utilize it as a photo studio and even put newspapers all over the windows of the shop. However, these suspects had different plans. They were planning to use this as a means of access and escape after breaking into the bank. The robbers would climb through the secret passage and make their way into Mr. Nightingale's shop. The suspects would place the soil in bags which were later removed from the premises. After digging for months, they finally made it under the wall. When everybody was sound asleep at night, they started drilling away at the concrete walls with special tools until there was enough space for them to crawl through the Standard Bank basement. Once inside, they broke open several steel bars and gained complete access to the vault where all the money was kept in metal boxes. It is believed that the robbers managed to steal approximately 400 million rand in cash, traveler's checks, and jewelry. After they exited through the underground tunnel, it is believed that they went back to their hideout where they ditched all of their tools before leaving overseas to either Dubai or London with fake passports. When the police investigated who Mr. Nightingale was, they found out that there was a fake name that was used and the address that was provided as his residence was someone else's home that was not connected to the crime. After executing a crime like this, you'd probably ask if the suspects had prior mining experience. If so, could this be an indication that they had prior knowledge of where the money was kept and how much was in value? Or did they just get lucky by drilling away until they found their way into the bank vault through sheer luck? These are all questions that need answers. But because nobody has been convicted for this bank heist, nobody knows for certain. One thing is for sure, the suspects had ground that was relatively soft and there was no underground cables or pipes on the route. They even installed wooden props in the tunnel, which leads people to believe that they had prior mining experience. Even in 1977, banks had some level of security to prevent things like this from happening, right? So why didn't the trigger alarms of the bank work? Construction was being done at a site nearby and the noise caused the bank to turn off the tremor alarms. This allowed them to mask any sounds that they would make during the excavation. To this day, nobody knows what happened to the suspects and nobody was ever arrested. There are many different theories about who might have done it, but nothing was ever proven. The bank was closed down for a week until everything was fixed up again. The police even brought in sniffer dogs to try and find clues, as well as specifically trained employees that knew all the vaults inside out. They still came up empty-handed. Over 40 years later, the Standard Bank robbery was an event that shook the small town of Krugersdorp and is one of the biggest bank heists in South African history. So, what do you think happened to the robbers? Do you believe it was an inside job? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you wish to watch more videos related to Africa. My name is Asher, and I'll see you in the next video.